The next section goes on to the acquisition, equalization of expressive and technical skills in music performance. And second paragraph points out expressive and technical skills are acquired by musicians who develop within a community of practice by listening, practicing, and performing music correctly over an extended period of time. These communities of practice are described by educational theorist and practitioner Etienne Wenger as groups of people who share a concern, a set of problems, or a passion about a topic, and who deepen their knowledge and experience in this area by interacting on an ongoing basis. They will also share three characteristics. First, in a post-secondary music program, there might be a primary community of practice, such as the classical community of practice, which will establish the predetermined expressive and technical requirements for full acceptance or participation in accordance to a correlative community of practice outside academia. These predetermined expressive and technical requirements will be used as rites of passage or obstacles for achieving full participation in all the subgroups of the primary community of practice. The same would happen between the primary jazz community of practice and its subgroups. Second, these post-secondary communities of practice and their subgroups will not be equal, since some will be more complex than others, both historically and in real time. Nonetheless, integral musicians who choose to participate in them will strive to adapt to those communities of practices' predetermined expressive and technical requirements in order to become full participating members of a larger primary community of practice outside academia. In other words, they will always be encouraged to perform at the highest possible level, even when playing in communities of practice have been formed at lower developmental stages. Finally, the primary community of practice outside academia will impose life conditions on those integral musicians who study in post-secondary music programs. These life conditions include predetermined requirements of tempo, intonation, and dynamics that appear in both the expressive and the technical skills. In other words, a series of injunctions. These predetermined life conditions will appear in both the expressive and technical skills. You then go on to say, this is at page 5, the expressive and technical skills should be the bread and butter, or the main subject of study in a post-secondary music program. Technical skills, John Sloboda writes, include motor coordination and fluency that allow rapid musical passages to be played evenly without hesitation. They also consist of perceptual skills such as pitch acuity, which allows accurate tuning. He added that performers who are merely accurate would be regarded as fine technicians who might come across as dull and lifeless. Complete musicians, according to Sloboda's research, show an added value to those perfect notes by adding a whole range of expression. Those expressions are present in music through nuances such as slight changes of tempo, dynamics, pitch, and sound qualities, and are necessary to make a master musician. Consequently, complete or integral musicians in a post-secondary music program need to master their expressive and technical skills, observing the predetermined life conditions of their chosen community of practice. To help achieve this goal, an integral performance, education, and assessment model, one that simultaneously addresses both skills, needs to be developed. I will call this model, depending on its practical use, the IPA model, approach, or instrument for the rest of this article. To look further into the prospect of performing, teaching, and assessing applied music using the IPA model within a post-secondary music programs, we will use the system of holons, the system of quadrants, and the framework of spiral dynamics. And so that sets up what you're going to do. And needless to say, the education and transmission of music knowledge is ideal for being treated in an integral fashion. First of all, any learning item is, any occasion is, but particularly when you have two or more wings of a branch of knowledge that need to be addressed equally, but often aren't, then an integral approach can really highlight where they aren't being treated equally, what the branches are, and then suggest tools for equalizing their learning. And of course, that's exactly what you do. So all of that looks sort of right on the mark.